Starting. Go ahead. Greetings, folks. This is Brian Harris, Black Book Media, and the Black Book, and the creator of the Independent Black Voters Group. We recently had a discussion with Mr. Thorn. Hen. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, we had a discussion over at Starbucks, a little bit about why he was running, but we had a little audio difficulty, so we're gonna do a redo and sit down here and talk a little bit with Henry Thorn about him, why he is running, and what the Ward 5 district needs in the coming future. So, without any further ado, Mr. Thorn, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, let's go this. Okay, welcome. Let's go again.
Yes, thank you. Woo, woo, woo.
Okay, so start off. Tell us a little bit. The folks who don't know you here, tell them a little bit about yourself.
All right, my name is Henry Thorns. I was born right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, at Southern Memorial Hospital. It's now called UMC, so that's how deep rooted I am in Ward 5. Been here, went to Matt Kelly Elementary, went to Madison Elementary, went to Joe Mackey Elementary, went to Carmel Booker Elementary. Just goes to show you how deep rooted I am in this community. Went to High Park Junior High School and went to Clark High School, graduated from Clark High School, and also attended UNLV on a scholarship, football scholarship, played professional football in British Columbia. Came back to Las Vegas, opened up a clothing store called Hen's Fashions. With Hen's Fashions, I use it to put the kids in the community back to work in our community because there wasn't no work for our kids in the community. So I helped train the kids to become entrepreneurs, and here today some of them are entrepreneurs. After that, I started a youth foundation called the Dog Catchers Youth Foundation, where we work with underprivileged kids. Kids that usually the school district kick them out of school, and we put them back in school, and they graduate and goes on to college. Some of them goes to pros. So now I'm back here in Las Vegas now, running for Ward 5, trying to make a difference for our community.
That's great. Now, you just recently ran for governor.
Yes, I did.
Great start. I admire you for having the courage to go out and run. And this is your second foray into politics, correct?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. So tell me, what was the drive to make you decide that you were going to go into politics?
Well, people always say they want to help the kids. So, with the dog catcher, we had 200 or 300 kids, and we've been working with the kids since 1982. Politicians always say, we for the kids, we for the kids. So I went to the city council meeting, and I asked the city councilmen to help with the kids. And quite naturally, to be honest, the only one really wanted to help me was Sisolak. And, anyway, I never got any help with the kids, so I figured they running for governor, and why not? Why can't I run for governor? So that made me run for governor. One of the reasons. Okay. Workers' comp. People are getting injured on their jobs and finding themselves homeless, and nowhere to go. So I had to get out there to fight for the workers' comp people. There was a lot of issues out there, a lot of homeless issues out there, a lot of issues for our peoples in our community. So I figured I'd take a shot at it. Since the governor can change everything, I had a friend named Ricky Cooper. He have done his time. I was just trying to get Ricky Cooper home too, because a governor can pardon a person. There was a lot of reasons out there.
Gotcha. So what made you, again, now decide to come out and run for councilman here in Ward 5?
Well, city councilman, I'm not a politician. I'm a fighter. This ain't what I wanted to do, but I'm forced to do this. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to come here and hopefully bring our community back and hopefully save me, my family, and our community. So yes, I wanted to run for Ward 5 to make a change for the people that live in Ward 5. Show them the leadership that I had when I was growing up. Because when I grew up, our community was like downtown in the Strip. And downtown used to look like our community here today, so I want to bring our community back.
Okay. So tell me, it sounds good. Not being a politician, tell me when you look at Ward 5, what would be the major issues that you think in Ward 5? And tell me some of the solutions that you would look to implement specifically to strengthen the existing community here in Ward 5.
One thing about Ward 5, you need jobs. Everybody in Ward 5 needs jobs. And they are not couch potatoes where they want to just sit on the couch and don't want no job. So, whoever said that, they ought to really look at the people in Ward 5. They really want a job. And that's what we need to start with. You see these trucks here? You see this? This is what we need to start with. We need to start with some training, real training with pay, not just no training with certificates. We need buildings, we need homes. Our community is hurting real bad. We need a lot of things. Our senior citizens over there need security in their places. They walking across the streets with a yellow light flash and the traffic still going. I was just on Jones and Cheyenne the other day, and the streets are so bad, the lights are so bad, senior citizens are barely walking across the street getting hit. So what I want to do, I want to bring better crosswalking to our community. I want to light up the lights on our street so we can see each other. Instead of every time we walk down the street, we got to smile to see somebody. We want to bring better hope for our community, jobs, you name it. Our community need a lot. We need a lot right now. Jobs. We need businesses. We need to redevelop the whole west side. Bring in, how like downtown is remodeled? Mm-hmm. We can remodel Jackson Street. We can remodel Miller Street. We can remodel D Street. We could do the same thing in our community. We need to bring our money back to our community instead of taking the money that comes to our community and build Summerlin and Green Valley and places like that. How have you getting millions of dollars and it's getting sent back to the governor because it's not being used? That money can go in our community.
So let me ask you a question. And I talked to you about gentrification versus revitalization of a community. Obviously, some people think those are interchangeable. Tell me what you thought about gentrification versus revitalization in Ward 5.
Well, gentrification tells you, we want to rebuild your neighborhood, but we want you out. If that's what you want, no. We want you to build our community while we in there.
Revitalization.
Exactly. That's what it is, revitalization. That's what we need. We don't need no gentrification, move us all out of here and move us up to them little dump apartments that's been sitting there for almost 80 years, 70 years, and that's what they're doing. We're not getting no hope. Back in our days, we kept our community clean. We had jobs in our community. But right now, it's nothing like that.
Okay. And a good example, let's look at D Street, F Street, a lot of the areas where you're seeing the homes are being burned down. You're seeing they're being leveled, but you don't see any rebuilding of these communities. It's almost like it's being cleared out for a new day in the future. And sometimes that concerns me on the fact of there's these opportunity zones, and there are these investors that seem to have enough money to wait on the transition from the community. Should there be something where maybe they mandate some type of affordable housing that's going to be really affordable housing in the Ward 5 area, and also maybe something even designates that the property has to be built on or should be built on in a specific time to be able to get specific tax breaks, therefore not allowing people to buy, hold, evict?
Well, they started doing that when they took down the Moulin Rouge sign. Then, after they took down the Moulin Rouge sign, they came back a week later and burnt it down. Okay, So now you look at it, it's just flat grounds now. Okay, and as you're looking through our community, every time you look around, you see a house. Next thing you know, it's on fire. Next thing you know, city owner. See, city's going around buying up all the property, and because they want us out of there. They're trying to move us up Jones and Cheyenne. but we want to stay here. Even with the opportunity zone that's coming with the money, that might be a catch-22 for us, because here we gonna let somebody come in and hold our business for 10 years and get free taxes, and we never make nothing off it. Why don't you just give it to us and let us rebuild our community and let us go tax-free and give us some grant money or whatever to build our businesses, bring us some development in on Jackson, D Street, H Street, Fremont Street, Jones, Cheyenne, Microwave, haven't nothing been touched in these communities for years. When are we going to reach out and touch them? We are human beings just like everybody else here in Las Vegas. We need a change, and that's why I'm running for Ward 5 to make a change.
Do you think there's ability to do some type of economic development programs that specifically are designed to create access to capital for the existing residents here? And the other thing, and I'm gonna talk about the elephant in the room. We know historically the historic West Side was designed for the African community when we were not allowed to live anyplace else. And obviously through gentrification, through changes, this used to be a very high concentration. Now it's about 40%, I think 40% African American, 40% Hispanic, 20% other. Should there be specific types of programs that are designed to assist businesses, but specifically black-owned businesses, with the opportunities to come in and revitalize what was an historically black West Side before it becomes just that, historic?
There's money being developed in every community. Henderson, Basic, Boulder City, Green Valley, Summerlin, but why not here? That's leadership, man. That's straight leadership.
Would you be willing to fight for some things that are specifically for?
Take the willing out and put the fight in. But who's willing to fight with me? See, because I can't do all this by myself. It's going to take a community. It's going to take a village. That's what it's going to take. And money, there should be plenty of money for our community to do redevelopment. That's how they did downtown. That's how they did Summerlin. That's how they did Green Valley. So what's the difference between our community? Yeah, there should be money. And let's think about it. We all Americans. And a lot of people come here, they already come here with trades, entrepreneurship, with money, and with no crime record. We've been here all our life with a crime record. Some of us ex-felonies. Some of us just don't have the right education. But where's the get up for a black person? Are we Nevada strong, or are we just strong in some areas? Is Nevada about everybody, or are they just about certain people? This got to be about all of us. Let's make the whole Nevada strong.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, Hen, I'd like to thank you for coming in and taking some time to talk to the Independent Black Voters Group.
Yeah.
I stress to everybody, the Independent Black Voters Group is that. It is a group that was designed for inclusion, so everyone, black, white, purple, green, are invited to be part of the Independent Black Voters Group on Facebook. However, our agenda is specifically to talk about issues that are in the black community. And why should you be concerned? Because America is only strong as its weakest link. And if the black community needs help, if we are the weakest link, then everyone should be concerned. And if we can't talk about the issues and come up with resolutions that are specifically for the black community, then we are doomed. They say that by 2053, African Americans will have no wealth in the United States as a group. Now, that will change when we understand that black power is a three-legged stool. We must have economics, we must have social justice, and we must have a political agenda. Not the name, not who he has the best name, he has the best name recognition, or he has the savvy, but do you have the issues of the black community at heart? Are you willing to talk specifically about talking points that will help this community, because if it helps this community, historically, it has helped all communities. So I thank you again, Hen, for coming on and talking. Everyone is invited to talk about why they should be voted in on the independent black voter. So in this, Hen, give us your thoughts on closing.
Okay, my thoughts. Reparations. We need help. Reparation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.